Hey guys, Devil Slayer here. Don't forget to comment, like, rate, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like. It really helps the channel out. And if not, just please leave a like. As always, Devil Slayer Productions makes the best videos.
Go. Amuse yourselves. Nice trick. What do you do for an encore?
Which way?
There.
Polaris. Polaris, she's been abducted.
Indeed, Charles. It appears we both have a grievance with Apocalypse.
Nightcrawler, we've located the Professor. It's okay to teleport in.
Will do.
Get him to the X-Jet, Nightcrawler. We'll meet you there.
As you wish.
All right, let's go.
Greetings. This location is known as the Sanctuary, a retreat of Magneto's. It will serve as our base of operations while we're here on the island of Genosha. Several days ago, Apocalypse attacked the city of Genosha. Magneto and several of his people were able to escape, but the rest of the populace was trapped. After helping to rescue me, Magneto requested the X-Men's aid in freeing Genosha. I could hardly refuse. Apocalypse is far too strong for either team to battle alone. I realize this is a stressful situation, but remember, thousands of lives are depending on us. We must learn to work together. Talking to people around camp will activate your objectives. To receive briefings, activate the mission computer here to my side. Right now, you should speak with Sabretooth. He requires aid in finding a mutant he had helped escape from Genosha. Good luck to you. Hello again. What can I do for you? I had received a communique from Dr. Moira McTaggart requesting Polaris and I meet her in Madrid. Only too late did I come to find out it was a trap. His primary target was Polaris. I was merely an afterthought. I don't know, but he was adamant that she not be harmed. I'm almost certain she's in no immediate danger. Apocalypse was determined to obtain information on Cerebro and the Xavier protocols, two areas I am particularly secretive about. Yes, and with it, Apocalypse would know every mutant's strengths and weaknesses. Indeed. And that is perhaps the most sensitive information of all. He was born over 5,000 years ago in Egypt and is considered by many to be the first mutant ever born. Apocalypse could very well be immortal. He's a metamorph, capable of turning his body into a variety of weapons, but what's most dangerous is his ideology. Survival of the fittest. Apocalypse believes the strong should destroy the weak. This, he feels, would create a powerful civilization worthy of him to rule over. Magneto asked for the X-Men's assistance. He feels Apocalypse is too powerful for the Brotherhood to defeat alone. Perhaps, but none he could depend on in the heat of battle. You see, even though we differ in ideology, Magneto knows he can trust my word, and I know that I can trust his. You're quite welcome.
Never thought I'd see the day the Brotherhood be working alongside you, X-Bukes. Listen, much as I hate it, I need your help. A couple of hours ago, I went to Genosha to rescue a kid named Blink. But one thing led to another, and we wound up fighting a bunch of guards. Shut your yap or I'll... Never mind. Anyway, during the fight, Blink was going to teleport us to the dead zone, but she got hit and disappeared without me. I wound up having to slug my way out of there alone. Yeah, I do. Go see that mission computer if you want a full briefing. What are you talking about? Maybe it ain't, but I wasn't about to leave the kid unprotected. There's no telling what Apocalypse would do to her. When I was trying to get her out of Genosha, a bunch of Apocalypse's guards jumped us. Yeah, but she got clobbered by a guard. Next thing I know, she's gone, and I'm left there on my own. And let me tell you, the guard that hit Blink ain't ever gonna draw another breath without the help of a machine, if you catch my drift. I found her a couple of years back at some mutant testing facility. I was doing some recon work for Magneto. Poor kid was in a cell, all helpless and alone, so I busted her out of the joint. She was a defenseless kid, didn't have no one to help her. Now shut up about it! You're giving me a headache. It's where the air fleets of Magneto and Apocalypse had their last big battle. The ground's covered with crashed ships. Even though Magneto's aircraft weren't that high-tech, his pilots put up a hell of a fight. So Apocalypse fired off an EMP bomb that fried ships on both sides. Don't make me hurt you.
Sabretooth has just informed us that a citizen of Genosha has escaped. Unfortunately, she's hurt, and in an area known as the Dead Zone.
Who is it?
A young woman named Blink. Sabretooth had gone to Genosha to rescue her.
That don't sound right. Sabretooth tried to save someone.
Don't think too hard on it, Tiny, 'cause he wouldn't ever save an X-Man.
Question is, who's gonna save you, Bullethead?
Cut it out, you two. Let the professor talk.
Let's get one thing straight, Boy Scout. I don't take orders from you.
See? It's just like I told you, Psych. Juggernaut ain't housebroken yet.
Gentlemen, please, let us focus on more important matters.
Who's Blink?
She's a very gifted mutant with the ability to teleport.
So she's like Nightcrawler.
Only in the vaguest sense. Blink can teleport as far away as the moon.
Wow, that sure leaves the elf in the dust.
Did you say Blink might be hurt?
Yes, she was injured while attempting to teleport out of Genosha.
And that is why a team of you is needed to immediately begin searching the dead zone for this young woman. Good luck to you.
Much longer. It seems as now I just keep getting better.
Oh, my head. Who are you? The X-Men? What are they doing here? My head's a little sore, but I'll be fine. Mr. Creed snuck into Genosha to rescue me, but one thing led to another, and we were surrounded by guards. Just as I was about to teleport us to safety, I was hit on the head. Gosh, I didn't even think about that. Is Mr. Creed okay? I told you to rescue me. I'd appreciate you not talking like that about Mr. Creed. I know people say he's mean, but he has a good heart. That's a snap. I just need to wait a little bit for my head to clear. They're working together? Wow. Apocalypse must be really powerful if Magneto went to the X-Men for help. You bet. And thanks for saving me.
You did an exemplary job of rescuing Blink. Your next objective is to locate the security codes needed to enter Genosha. It is believed the crashed airships in the dead zone will contain the desired codes.
Say, if you're looking to get to the next island, you're gonna need my help. Let me create 2 portals to get you there. It's no trouble. Tell you what, I'll even port the entire team to camp and back whenever you want. Sure, it's my mutant ability. Why not use it to help defeat Apocalypse?
Be careful in this area. I've just detected that someone's activated the Genoshan automated defensive system. Reconnaissance drones are going to be painting moving targets for tactical missile strikes. So if you see a beam of light, keep away from it. It had to have been deliberate. Someone reset the communication dish for the system. Yes, keep an eye out for it. A piece of equipment like that shouldn't be hard to find.
According to Sabretooth, they're called Circe. They were genetically designed for the attack on Genosha. They breed extremely fast in hopes that they'll overrun the island in a matter of weeks. Watch yourselves. Apparently they're quite deadly.
Ain't this rich? The X-Men and the Brotherhood working together. I feel so warm and happy, I just might start singing. I was sent to track down escaped Genoshan prisoners. Looks like I got lucky and found you bunch of meatballs. Well, yeah, the hours are good, the pay is great, and I get to do what I love best, cause some serious damage. Now I've been tailing you for a while, and I just gotta ask, why are you looking for computer nodes? Oh yeah, I do. So I'm gonna go find me one of them gizmos, and to keep you off my tail, How's about I introduce you to my killer robot buddies? They're so much fun, they'll leave you in stitches. Well, what have we here? Looks to be exactly what you're wanting. One of them computer nodes. But now it's mine. I beg to differ, Chief. Looks like I am getting away. And ooh, don't that just burn you up? Or at least it's gonna. Well, looks like you punks managed to catch up with me. But to tell you the truth, I kinda wanted you to. I was hoping we might have us a little more playtime. You must be feeling mighty brave to be ordering me around. Tell you what, why don't you come over here and try to take it from me? The real question is, what ain't he doing? He and Sinister are having a good old time there. Oh yeah, didn't you know? He's one of Apocalypse's horsemen. They're Apocalypse's lieutenants. They do the grunt work so the big guy can concentrate on his master plan. 4, and you don't want to tussle with any of them. They're the baddest of the bad. You mean, why did I switch sides? I got tired of playing by the rules. Like that one about good guys not going on killing sprees. This is gonna be fun! I ain't free yet!
Wait, this can't be right. Magneto has deployed the dirigible fleet? They aren't gonna last 30 seconds against the enemy. The enemy is massing up to attack. They're making their run now. Wait a minute. Something just emerged from the middle of the dirigible fleet. It's Magneto. Incredible. The enemy was grouped so close together on their run that Magneto was able to use his powers to slam the jets into each other. We might just win this yet.
Well done. Return with it to the sanctuary at your earliest convenience. Angel arrived a short time ago, and he has some interesting news on how that code can be put to use.
Hey, that was some clever thinking, combining the damaged codes from different ships. Professor Xavier sent me to scout for possible entrances to Genosha. I found one, but you aren't going to like the location. Deep in the Circe tunnels that border the dead zone, the bugs have uncovered a door that was buried during an earthquake. Your security code should open it. Use the mission computer if you want a full briefing. Yeah, Professor Xavier thought I was a natural for it. By flying, I can move quicker and get to areas people on foot can't. Not really. I usually travel at night and keep as far above the target as possible. I've had a couple close calls, but nothing a few stitches didn't fix. Very dangerous. They spread in all directions and it's easy to get lost. And then there's the Circe. They don't like to be bothered. Oh, you're gonna have trouble, believe me. I wound up flying almost the entire time. No way I was gonna try walking in there. They're oversized bugs, genetically developed to help Apocalypse's attack on Genosha. No, they're just pure mean. Nothing's worse than a bug that can swat you back. Anytime. Anytime at all.
Salutations, my friend. It's most agreeable to see you. Indeed I am. Through me, you will be able to buy and sell all manner of devices that will aid you in your missions. I can acquire potions that will replenish both of those statistics. I do have a certain penchant for learning, but I don't know if I could really lay claim to that title. Charles gave me these responsibilities because I have a knack for dealing with technical issues. But there are several other X-Men who could do that job as well, if not better than I. Forge is the first one who comes to mind. Homing beacons are extremely valuable. I can use them to locate an important individual that Apocalypse is holding prisoner. But I require several of them to pinpoint the location. I don't know, but from what I've heard, this person would be of immense aid to us. Anytime, my good friend.
Guess I gotta thank you bunch of wimps for saving Blink. You know better than that. Ain't nobody special to me, dog breath. She's just a good kid, and I don't want to see her getting hurt.
Wow, an X-Man. I've heard a lot about you guys. Other than a bump on my head, I'm fine. But I would have been in pretty sad shape if I hadn't been saved from the dead zone. I sorta got hit on the head just as I was teleporting out of a big fight. Prison guards. But Mr. Creed was doing most of the fighting. I had meant to teleport him with me to the dead zone, but then I was knocked out. He had come to save me. I don't know. He's always doing stuff like that. That's not true. Sure, he's gruff on the outside, but deep down, he's got a good heart. Oh my gosh, you take that back. I know he's not the nicest person in the world, but he's a friend of mine. Oh, I can go way further than that. I've been clear to the dark side of the moon and back. No, I just have to picture the place in my mind. Thanks. I'd hate to think where I'd be if it hadn't been for you guys. Hey, I tell you what, as payment for saving me, I'll port the whole team whenever you want. Glad to be of help. My pleasure, X-Man.
You did a commendable job of locating the Genosha security code. With that, we can now enter the city.
But old Apocalypse has got the guards posted on every door. That place is locked up tighter than a croc's jaw.
There's an entrance near the seawall that's not being watched.
I know the door you speak of. It was buried months ago during an earthquake.
Right you are, Wanda. You got it all. Beauty and intelligence. A man would be bloody lucky to have the affections of a woman like you, he would.
Please, show some self-respect.
What?
Wanda's correct. But during the attack on Genosha, Apocalypse unleashed genetically enhanced creatures known as the Circe.
They're mindless carnivorous insects. They breed at a highly accelerated rate. Unchecked, they could overrun the entire island in a matter of months.
They've already created a sizable nest, one which appears to be to our advantage. The X-Man, Angel, followed the tunnels and discovered the Circe have unearthed the door that had been buried.
Well, no worries then. I'll just wear me some bug stomping boots and ooh, we be at that door in no time at all.
Gambit. The Circe grow to the size of a man, and they can crush rock with their mandibles.
Oh, well, that's not so good.
Which is why an entire team is needed to battle through the tunnels to the door. Once there, you'll be able to use the security code and enter into a back area of Genosha. Good luck to you.
So our Master Zealot was correct. He knew that followers of Magneto would attempt to enter Genosha through these caves. He is the one true leader of Genosha, and he will depose the interloper, Magneto, and claim the throne of this island for his own. We are the minions of Zealot, and we have been ordered to dispatch you.
You dare challenge Zealot?
It appears my esteemed colleague Magneto is even more delusional than I thought. Don't you people realize you're following a madman? My name is Zealot. I used to be on the ruling council of Genosha. I've always been an opponent of Magneto. His lies were poisoning all mutant kind. Now that Apocalypse is here, things will be set right. What fools! You've fallen under his spell too. Don't you realize he seeks to weaken all mutants, to bend them to his own evil purposes? He seeks to make them depend on him, to look at him as some type of messiah. But I know the truth, and I will stop Magneto. Granted, Apocalypse is ruthless, but I've been assured once he's acquired what he seeks, he will leave peacefully. That was the agreement. So you see, in the end, Genosha will benefit. A pity there's no discussing the matter rationally. I'm afraid I'll have to kill you all. Still alive, eh? Very surprising. Very surprising indeed. But why continue? Don't you see the truth? Magneto is leading you to your destruction. But don't you see? It doesn't need saving. Once control of Genosha is handed over to me, all mutants will live in peace and prosperity. My, you can be rather thick-headed. Well, soon you won't be a bother to me or Apocalypse. Farewell, fools.
You dare challenge Zealot? Enjoy your nap, pal.
What are you doing here, Magneto? Shouldn't you be sitting on a throne giving orders? It's not your style to do any of the dirty work.
Zealot, you have no idea the number of times I wanted to permanently silence your endless prattle during the Genoshan Council meetings.
You can't silence me, Magneto. The people of Genosha know that I will lead them to a better tomorrow. They are done listening to your poisonous lies.
You? As the leader? The people of Genosha would sooner be ruled over by a chimpanzee. Face it, Zealot. You are barely able to garner enough votes to join the council.
But the number of people faithful to me have grown and become more vocal. They would follow me to the ends of the earth.
The few misguided Genoshans who follow you only do so because you've promised them power and prestige once you've gained control.
How wrong you are, Magneto. And once Apocalypse has found what he wants, he will hand control of Genosha over to me. Then, you will see how the people love me.
Zealot, don't tell me you're starting to believe your own lies. That can be very dangerous.
You've insulted me for the last time, Magneto. I will destroy you.
Curse you, Magneto!
Quickly, get out of here! Apocalypse mined the seawall with bombs! If he detonates them, the entire city will flood!
You got it. Teleporting now.
When time permits, return to the sanctuary and meet with me. We should discuss this in greater detail.
You did well, battling your way through the Circe tunnels and defeating Zealot. But now, a much bigger challenge awaits us.
The X-Men survived the worst you've thrown at us, so it's not like Apocalypse is gonna slow us down.
Hey, Bobby, why don't you just shut your yap?
Huh. Big and dumb. Ooh, what an unusual combination.
So you must be looking to die, huh?
Yeah, like that's gonna happen at the hands of some bulked-up steroid freak like you.
Do not trouble yourself, comrade. Allow me to deal with this Cossack.
You're certainly welcome to try, comrade. Heck, Snowboy here's even welcome to join in.
Gentlemen, this is not the time or place for your childish outbursts.
Oh, but he started it. Look, why do you always...
Robert, be quiet.
Yes, sir.
As I was saying, a much bigger challenge awaits us. Apocalypse has placed several bombs on the lower seawall of Genosha. Should we attempt to retake the city, he would detonate them.
Father, all of Genosha would flood. Thousands would drown.
And that is why we must be cautious. A team is needed to remove the charges before we venture further into Genosha. Let us proceed immediately. Thank heavens you're here. I'm the pilot of this dirigible, and I've loaded it with escaped prisoners from Genosha. The only problem is I can't get it free from the moorings. Thanks. One more thing. Once you're done here, there are many more prisoners still in their cells. Could you free them?
Thank you. That does it. The ship is free to leave. We'll be taking off as soon as I get the engines warmed up. Good luck to you.
Well done. Apocalypse has apparently turned it into a makeshift prison. If you do continue on, try to free as many Genoshans from their prisons as you can.
Welcome, Wolverine. It has been quite some time since we last crossed paths.
Well, if it ain't Yuriko Oyama, aka Lady Deathstrike. How you doing, Toots?
I am quite well, and I see you are still an arrogant brute.
Hey, I'm just playing to my strengths, sweetheart. So, you still out to kill me? Or did you see a shrink and get that rat's nest of a mind straightened out?
Oh, I still hold you accountable for the theft of my father's work with adamantium.
Doll, I've been trying to tell you for years. I didn't ask to have my bones covered in adamantium. It was forced on me.
You are a liar, as well as a thief, and I will have your skeleton as a trophy.
Enough of the sweet talk. You're working for the jokers who took over Genosha, aren't you?
Correct. And when I discovered I would be facing you, Wolverine, I offered to work for free. Shall we begin?
Nice claws. Almost as nice as mine. But let's see if you really know how to use them.
I have trained for years in order to defeat you in battle, Wolverine. I assure you, I will not fail. When I'm finished here, they won't be able to identify you with dental records. You have not seen the last of me.
Finally! Someone came to save us!
Oh! Oh! I'm free! I'm free!
Oh! Ah! Hey! Hey, X-Man! You gotta get me out of this! Please! I'm begging ya! There's no time to explain! The boss man is gonna be back soon! Nah, he left a few hours ago. Abyss is in charge, and he's almost as nasty. Now, would you please figure a way to get me out of this bloody contraption? I suppose I should thank you for saving me, but what in blazes is an X-Man doing here? Oh, well, in that case, keep out of my way and we'll get along just fine. Well, you know me. Always standing up for our people. Guess I was getting in Apocalypse's face too much. Sure he does. I was telling Apocalypse he'd better not mistreat anyone, and he'd better make sure everyone has enough food and medical attention, and other important stuff like that. You bet your bottom dollar it is. And the next thing I know, I'm being tortured as an example to the others. I'm a real hero, I am. No, I'm not. It's the honest truth. Okay, maybe I was kinda working for Apocalypse after he took over. Yeah, but I got tired of his constant yammering on about survival of the fittest, so I swiped some tech bits from his vault and I made a dash for it. Yeah, it kinda played out like that, but now I'm back with the Brotherhood 110%, and I'm here to stay. Yeah, he took off a couple of hours ago. Left one of his horsemen in charge. Abyss. He's one nasty bloke. You ever see him? You give him a wide berth. Yeah, like I want to help someone like you. Whoa, hold up there, mate. Don't you know Abyss is that way? Well, you can count me out. That's a bloody suicide mission, that is. I'm getting out of here while my skin is still attached. And if you know what's good for you, you'll go with me. It's your funeral, mate. Good luck, 'cause you're gonna need it. This is the best Magneto could do? Team up with the X-Men?
Oh, forgive me, but even you have to admit, it's laughable.
If only Apocalypse were here to see how brave you are in the face of certain death. He found what he was looking for, so he left.
Oh my, you have been busy. Yes, he found a mutant with harmonic DNA. And the funny thing is, of all the mutants in Genosha, only Quicksilver had it.
Oh, indeed he is. But right now, you have bigger concerns, namely, me. You fools certainly are determined to get yourselves killed. Well then, come along, and I'll try to accommodate you. Wanna go out with a bang?
An exemplary job. With Abyss out of the way, the rest of Apocalypse's guards should be no trouble. Once you've finished, return to me at the Sanctuary. Then we can travel to the X Mansion and begin our search for Polaris. We must discover where Apocalypse is holding her prisoner. Recent reports indicate the entire population of Genosha is under lock and key.
Why would Apocalypse do that, Professor Xavier?
He's looking for something or someone in particular. I suspect that is why he came to Genosha in the first place. I need a team of you, too.
I'm done taking orders from you, little brother. You're always thinking you know what's best.
That's because he does. So why don't you just quiet down?
He's just saying what all the Brotherhood's thinking. Why don't Magneto get to give the orders?
Toad, this isn't necessary. Charles and I discuss everything before a mission.
Yes, well, back to matters at hand. A team is needed to work their way through Genosha and release all the prisoners.
Once that's done, will we start looking for Apocalypse?
Yes. Defeating him is the key to the freedom of Genosha.
Hey, Red, you're not only easy on the eyes, you're smart, too. What do you say you and me hook up later? I bet you'll find out being bad is kinda good.
You've just crossed a big line, Juggernaut.
Scott, that's enough.
But Professor!
This bickering has gone on far too long. Don't you people realize lives are at stake? We have no time to quarrel about our petty differences.
Ah, that cuts it. Let's ditch the X-Gits. They're just slowing us down anyway.
We need them, Toad. Apocalypse is far too powerful for us to defeat alone. And Charles is right. This infighting will stop, or you will answer to me. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
I'm so relieved that you agree. Charles, you were saying...
Thank you, Eric. Freeing the prisoners will not be an easy task, and battling Apocalypse will be next to impossible. So be on your guard, and good luck to you. That was a most impressive victory over Abyss. He has a reputation as a vicious opponent. Now that Genosha has been freed, we can return to the X Mansion and formulate a plan to rescue Polaris from Apocalypse. Shall we go now?
Honestly, Charles, I don't mind if everyone is helping out with relief in Genosha. An empty mansion means I can concentrate on locating Apocalypse's base.
Understood. Have a pleasant evening, Beast.
And you as well, Charles.
I had come here for the Xavier protocols, but I can make use of you as well. Let's get to the sub-basement. We can deal with our new pet later. You'll be blind without Cerebro, Xavier.
Apocalypse has indeed grown bold. For him to march into the X Mansion and kidnap Beast is incomprehensible. I'm afraid so. All the equipment we've grown to rely upon has been destroyed, most notably Cerebro. But all that can be replaced. Right now, our primary concern is the return of Beast. If he hadn't had the forethought to scrawl "The Savage Land" on the floor of the X Mansion, we'd have no idea where to look. All that will be explained in time. For the moment, just know that this settlement is called Avalon. It's located in a vast, untamed country known as the Savage Land. When you get a chance, introduce yourselves to our host, Kazar. Of utmost importance, you should speak with Pyro. He is concerned as to the whereabouts of Mystique. Good luck to you. Hello. I want it understood that the X-Men are to set the example for the team. You must not give in to your animosity towards the Brotherhood. I realize that. but it appears our fates are intertwined for the moment. So for the sake of Beast, please learn to work with the Brotherhood. Partly out of spite, I would guess. I'm certain our victory at Genosha has him smarting. But he also did it to remove our equipment for detecting his primary base of operations. I'm afraid so. Like all machines, it can be rebuilt, but that will take time. Time we cannot afford to spend right now. I don't know, but I'm sure he has his ulterior motives. Apocalypse is not one to take action without a good reason. I doubt it. Polaris and Quicksilver were taken on purpose, whereas Beast was taken because he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. I get the feeling they're being held in an entirely different location. Magneto would much rather be searching for his son, Quicksilver, but he has no idea where Apocalypse took him. Yes, hopefully as we search for Beast, clues will be uncovered that will give us the location of Apocalypse's base. I hope to see you soon.
Hello, my friends. I wish we were meeting under happier circumstances. Yes, just like Beast, I can buy and sell all kinds of equipment that'll help you on your missions. I've got medicines that will help you in both of those categories. It holds very valuable technical information, but I need an entire set to be able to use them. It's very valuable. If I have enough of them, I can locate someone that Apocalypse has gone to extreme measures to hold captive. I don't know, but I've heard this person would be very useful to us. For you, anything.
Hey, X-Man! I don't know if you saw, but as soon as we landed in the Savage Land, Mystique spoke to Kazar and then headed into the jungle. Obviously, you ain't part of the Brotherhood. If anyone in our little group needs watching, it's her. Mystique's a great one for switching sides. But anyway, she's been gone a long time. I was thinking someone ought to go into the jungle canal and track her down. Oh, heck no. I just want to know what she's planning. You should use that computer by Xavier if you want a full mission briefing. Oh, yeah. I met him all right. One of the creepiest blokes I've ever laid eyes on. Oh, he's always carrying on about how only the strong should survive. It's like a bleeding religion to him. Oh, you mean since everyone found out about my working for Apocalypse? Nah, it's all been forgiven, for the most part. Oh, it wasn't that easy, and they'll be keeping an eye on me. But hey, look at the crew I'm running with. There's not a one of them that wouldn't switch sides if the price was right. Yeah, whatever.
Welcome to the Savage Land. My name is Kazar. You couldn't have come at a better time. It's just too bad you had to bring someone like Magneto with you. Yes, Magneto and the Brotherhood visited us several years back. I am Kazar, protector of the Savage Land. But in England, I'm known as Kevin Plunder. I was born there, but I was brought here as a child by my father. He was a scientist searching for a rare element that could destroy any known metal. Shortly after discovering the element, he was killed, leaving me an orphan. I had quite a bit of help from various friends. This is no place to be without protection. It is a wildlife sanctuary created by an alien race known as the Nuwali. They built it under the guidance of a race from another dimension known as the Beyonders. Yes, but where it is located, no one is sure. Several years ago, Magneto came to the Savage Land and genetically altered some of the natives. He gave them superhuman powers. He sought to use them as an army, to put all of the Savage Land under his control. You are quite welcome, my friend.
I am sorry, but I must insist you finish your mission in the Jungle Canal before you venture into other areas of the Savage Land. We must determine if Mystique is safe, and if she is safe, why she ran off into the jungle. Welcome to the Savage Land. I trust you're familiarizing yourselves with the area.
Oh yeah. It's got raptors, pterodactyls, and pythons as big as cars. Real cozy place. And we think Beast might be here?
Yeah. In the rubble of the X-Mansion, I found a message scratched into the wooden floor. It read, Savage Land.
I don't know. Sounds kind of fishy to me.
I had no idea you were such a pansy, Wolverine. But I guess that's why you talk so much and fight so little.
That does it. You're dead meat.
Wolverine, think of Polaris.
Right. Yeah, we need these jerks to find her. But once this truce is over, you and me are gonna have a little chat, Juggernaut.
Anytime you want, short stuff.
Let me know when you're going to have this conversation, Wolverine. I may want to talk with Juggernaut as well.
Charles, what is our first order of business here in the Savage Land?
A short time ago, Mystique left to search the jungles for a mutant named Destiny. She recently took up residence in the Savage Lands. Apparently, neither woman has been heard from in quite some time.
Do you suspect Mystique is up to something?
With her, there's always that possibility. But right now, I'm merely concerned for her safety. Pyro followed her as far as the Jungle Canal. Search that area and see what you can find.
Don't worry, Charles. We'll make certain Mystique's all right, and discover what mischief she's up to.
Very good. Until we meet again.
Looking for my friend, Destiny. She came to the Savage Land because she sensed Apocalypse was going to start a world war. Destiny hoped this land would be spared. Yes. Now, if we're done playing 20 questions, I'd like to continue my search for her.
You fools! Apocalypse spoke of you so highly, yet you were easy to trap. I am Garok, god of the sun here in the Savage Lands. I've not found her yet, but when I do, she'll make a fitting present for Apocalypse. And in return, he will aid me in my conquest of the Savage Land.
Don't pat yourself on the back just yet, Garok.
What is the meaning of this?
You're free! Together we can defeat Garok.
My plans are ruined.
Interesting. I had seen a vision of the Brotherhood and X-Men working together, but I had thought it was a mistake. My arm was injured while I was hiding from Garok, but not to worry, I'll be fine. I do have news you might be interested in, though. I overheard Garok say your friend Beast is being held in a Nuwali temple. I don't know. You might talk to Shana. She's very familiar with this area.
Destiny, you've been hurt. If the X-Men did this to you, I'll have their heads.
I'm fine, my friend. I just require a bit of medical attention is all.
Come along, then. I'll take you to Avalon, and we'll have that arm looked at. I suppose I should thank you, X-Man, but I could have found her without your aid.
Well done, team. I must admit to a certain amount of surprise that Mystique's intentions were purely altruistic. But now the mystery of her whereabouts has been solved, and we have a new danger to deal with. Return to Avalon as soon as possible and speak to Angel. He has information regarding a plot to destroy the Savage Land.
Looks like you're gonna get to see some pretty heavy action soon. As soon as we got here, I did a little recon of the area and spotted a group of soldiers headed for the atmospheric generators. If those soldiers destroy that equipment, the entire Savage Land is going to revert to its normal freezing temperatures. They're Apocalypse's forces, I'm sure of it. If you want more information, use the mission computer to get a full briefing. It's like a page out of prehistoric times. This land is filled with plants and animals that were extinct millions of years ago. You got me. If I didn't know we landed in the Antarctic, I'd swear we were in the tropics. Apocalypse really did a number on it. Blew the whole place apart. It's gonna take a month just to dig down to the sub-basement. Don't worry about the Professor. He's got deep pockets. A new X-Mansion is a drop in the bucket to him. I sure hope so. There's no telling what Apocalypse will do to him. Apocalypse is a sadistic monster. He has a way of turning people, making them do things they don't want to do. But Beast is tough. We'll find him long before Apocalypse can get him to crack. Anytime, my friend.
I suppose you've come to me looking for praise, so I'll just go ahead and get it over with. Thank you for saving Destiny, X-Man. You're the greatest. I know how you X-Men work. You love to bask in positive feelings. So there, you got your pat on the head. Now leave me alone. A word of warning, though. If you want to question Garrock, you should do it soon. Because after I see him, he probably won't be able to speak. She's a mutant, with the power to foretell the future. Destiny is a very dear friend of mine, and I don't like it when someone threatens my friends. She foresaw the attack on Genosha and wanted to seek safety. Yes, but Magneto refused to believe anyone could overcome his defenses. Of course I do. They're so straight-laced. Magneto let the Brotherhood know that we have to get along with the X-Men, as long as Quicksilver's safety is at stake. Scarlet Witch seems to have taken that to heart. She's positively drooling over Colossus. The pleasure was all yours, X-Man.
Hello, X-Man. Thank you for coming to my aid in the jungle. I recently had a most disturbing vision of the future. It told of death, defeat, and betrayal. I saw the death of your friend, Beast, and what's more disconcerting is that in the near future, Apocalypse will defeat a large army and claim victory. I also saw you trapped by the betrayal of a teammate. I do not control the visions, and they are sketchy because the future is fluid, constantly shifting. But what I have seen will come to pass. I'm afraid that it can. Because I foresaw the attack on Genosha and didn't wish to be a part of it. Yes, but as we all know, Magneto can be a bit headstrong at times. And in this case, he didn't want to hear that his defenses of Genosha could be defeated. I believe so. I recently had a vision dealing with the Four who are one. It deals with 4 mutants who are separate, yet alike. For some reason, Apocalypse wants these 4. I'm glad to help if it aids in returning Quicksilver to his father's side.
Come to boast about defeating me, X-Man? Savor this moment, because it will never happen again. My name is Garok, and you would do well to fear me, for I am centuries old and worshipped as a sun god. Long ago, I was a British sailor trapped here after a shipwreck. I wandered the savage land until I found a temple and drank a potion that slowly converted me to this rock-like form. I have no use for her, but I had made a deal with the Horseman of Apocalypse. We agreed if I handed destiny over to him, he would aid me in conquering the savage land. His name is Mikhail Rasputin. Yes, I know. Intriguing, isn't it? Why should I be concerned with her? She doesn't frighten me. Mystique doesn't frighten me in the least.
Greetings. It seems we have a situation that requires your immediate attention. While scouting the area, Angel discovered a small army preparing to destroy the atmospheric generators for the Savage Land.
Excuse my ignorance, Professor. What are atmospheric generators?
They are highly advanced equipment left behind by aliens long ago. The generators are what create the Savage Land's tropical environment.
But if those generators are destroyed, this entire area will be plunged back into the Antarctic temperatures that surround it.
Mein Gott, this is terrible. Thousands would freeze to death in a matter of hours.
Good heavens. Who would do something so vile?
Unknown. There's some speculation they are the forces of a Horseman of Apocalypse.
Well, we whipped the last one's butt in Genosha. Who's Horseman number 2?
That is also unknown.
Why do you people bother having these little briefing soirees when all you do is raise more questions?
They ask these questions so that when we're out in the field, we know what to look for.
Thanks, Wanda. Now it makes complete sense. Go ahead. Keep talking, Chuck.
As I was saying, a small army is about to attack the atmospheric generators.
And you would like us to stop them before they can bring into Ice Age to the Savage Land?
Yes, and perhaps you could question them for information that would lead us to Beast.
Oh, I am certain we'll be able to find time to ask them for the whereabouts of our friend.
Very good. Until we meet again.
You'll have to quickly find the other 2 processors in that area. If those troops bring them down, this entire section of the Savage Land is going to be an Arctic wasteland in a matter of seconds.
Niet, this is impossible. Mikhail assured me you would never get this far. Mikhail Rasputin is our leader. You would do well to fear him, for he is a horseman of Apocalypse. Duh, and he will be enraged when he hears you were the reason for our failure. If you value your lives, you will flee now. Mikhail knew you would be coming. He wanted to force you to leave the Savage Land so you would not disrupt his search for the Four. All Mikhail told us was that Apocalypse is searching for 4 mutants with a particular DNA. I will tell you nothing. Mikhail would kill me.
Very well, but does she understand the process is extremely painful, and it could damage his long-term memory?
No, wait! I will tell you everything. He is being held prisoner in an ancient underground Nuvali temple. But it cannot be reached on foot, and you cannot use your X-jet. We have hidden surface-to-air rocket launchers everywhere.
Anytime. And sir, I do hope you realize I was only bluffing. I would never have attempted to read your mind without your consent.
You will not be so smug when you meet Mikhail. He will destroy you.
I've already told Apocalypse I'm not interested in joining him. Why does he send lackeys to try and persuade me? Ah, I heard they were at Avalon. So, you must be friends of Kazar. This is delicious. I owe Kazar so much for the many times he's thwarted my plans. Killing you will be most pleasurable.
There should be a door that leads to the inner chambers. That most likely is where they're keeping Beast. But I would warn you, the door requires 2 keys to open. They're probably hidden somewhere in the temple. The writing on it is in a dialect I don't know, but it looks to be a key of some type. Very good, but watch yourselves. This looks to be one of the oldest structures in the Savage Land. Professor Xavier would like to have a word with you.
You've done an exemplary job. But now I would ask you to return to Avalon and speak with Destiny. She recently had visions that might provide you with some useful information. Our host Kazar has recently informed me a cache of anti-metal has been stolen.
Anti-metal? What the heck is that?
Isn't it an element that's able to destroy any known metal?
Correct. Anti-metal was what brought Kazar's father to the Savage Land and eventually led to Kazar being stranded here.
Most impressive, Wanda. You are as intelligent as you are lovely.
Why, thank you, Colossus.
Hey! What's going on here? I mean, if you look past the fact Colossus is big and handsome and rugged, what's he got that I ain't got?
It is indeed mind-blowing, isn't it, Toad?
So, Charles, what is it that Kazar wants us to do?
He believes the anti-metal was stolen by Mikhail's forces. He would like you to search the Nuvali temple and see if you can find it and return it to him. Kazar does not want it to fall into Apocalypse's hands.
If Mr. Sinister were able to replicate it, the results would be disastrous.
Apocalypse's army would be unstoppable. No bank or military installation would be safe.
Not to mention what it would do to an adamantium-laced skeleton like yours, mein guter Freund.
Anti-metal sounds extremely dangerous, Charles. We'll find it and return it to Kazar.
Very well, then. Be on your way. Destiny had a most disturbing vision of the future. It spoke of the death of Beast, a victory by Apocalypse, and your having been betrayed by a teammate.
Tell them the future's a bunch of hogwash. Nobody really knows what's gonna happen. At least not with me, they don't.
I don't know about that, Wolverine. Down in New Orleans, I seen plenty of people do it. And they's usually right.
But she's talking about Beast dying. It can't be true.
Rogue, I made the mistake of ignoring her predictions and lost Genosha because of it.
Admittedly, this is disconcerting, but her predictions don't currently impact us. We're still planning on rescuing Beast.
But what if he croaks because we try to save him? Maybe he'd be fine if we just leave him be.
You know better than that, Cajun. We can't leave Beast in the hands of Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm. You right. We gotta risk it.
Hey, what about our prediction of one of us ratting the others out? Ain't we gonna do something about that?
An interesting point, Toad. But what would you have us do?
How should I know? You're the one with the big brain. You figure it out.
All we can do is be vigilant and report anything out of the ordinary.
Oh, I intend on keeping both eyes wide open for trouble.
Very well then. Godspeed.
Searching for Beast, are you? You'll never get to him in time. Working for Apocalypse, he has promised me my own domain to rule in his new world order. But I would have done it for free, had I known I would get the chance to crush worms like you. To decipher the symbols on these walls, it took quite a bit of persuasion. But in the end, he did as he was commanded. The previous scientist for Apocalypse was slow in providing the translations. His employment was terminated in a most unpleasant way. His task is completed, so Beast is no longer of use. He is to meet the same fate as the translator before him. And speaking of terminations, your time has come, my friends. I hope you enjoyed my real trickery, is this? You cannot have beaten me.
They have made it much further than expected.
Indeed. I would have thought Omega Red would have finished them off.
Perhaps he got careless. Omega Red was always a bit overconfident.
Bodyguards for Mikael. He would love to kill you personally, but he has other demands on his time.
Such as putting your friend, Beast, to death. Which means we get the pleasure of killing you.
Good. They are here. This cannot.
You almost disrupted a very important mission. Luckily, I succeeded, and now you are too late. Apocalypse's plans are in motion. I sincerely doubt that. Dr. McCoy, he has ceased to be of use to me. Even if I were inclined to do as you say, it is too late. He is already dead. This angers you. That is good, because you will need that anger if you ever hope to defeat me.
How is this possible?
Yes, reports of my death have been greatly exaggerated.
I suppose I should thank you, even if you're only here because Charles sent you. How nice. You should be pleased to know the prediction was correct, in a sense anyway. It did appear as if I was no longer among the living.
Sure. Just wait a minute and the portal will be there. Professor Xavier's really relieved to hear Beast is fine. Be sure to talk to the professor the next time you're in Avalon. He wants to congratulate you.
I'm surprised you have to ask. My daily laps in the pool keep me in tip-top shape.
Well, to be completely honest, I've been able to hold my breath for almost 10 minutes ever since I mutated in my teenage years. The Nuwali Temple contained symbols Apocalypse needed me to transcribe. Apparently, the previous translator was not swift enough. May he rest in peace. Initially, I refused to aid Apocalypse, but then he threatened to kill Polaris and Quicksilver, so I capitulated. They were instructions for building a machine. What it does exactly, I'm not certain. I only worked with a part of them. Most had been translated by my deceased predecessor. Regrettably, not in person, but I did see them on a vid screen, and they appeared to be quite fit, considering their current situation. That is a mystery to me, but I'd be willing to bet it has something to do with that machine I translated the blueprints for. Please stop. Your concern is overwhelming.
Thanks to your having defeated Apocalypse's horseman, Mikhail, the threat to Avalon has been removed, and this untamed wilderness known as the Savage Land is once again safe. Now we can set our sights on stopping the army of Apocalypse from endangering anyone else. To do this, we will have to travel to the old Weapon X facility and set up a base camp there. Would you like to go now?
HQ, this is Red 7 on patrol. We got a heavy storm front coming up. Other than that, all's quiet. Wait a minute. We got bogeys, hundreds of them. HQ, what are my orders?
All shall bear witness to my greatness. I hold their leaders powerless, and their mightiest city is under my control. Soon, I will show this world a war, the likes of which has never been seen. I will weed out the weak and inferior, so that only the strong survive.
Greetings. You've no doubt noticed the old Weapon X facility is our latest headquarters. I find it every bit as discomforting as you, but we have limited options. Precisely. Apocalypse's invasion of New York City was incredibly swift, and the attack coincided with a number of high-ranking leaders mysteriously falling into comas. No, and the situation is quickly growing worse. Department H reports that Apocalypse is planning attacks on major cities around the world. We cannot allow that. Therefore, our primary objective will be to disable his military infrastructure. At the moment, we know of two facilities important to Apocalypse's war machine: the Core and the Infinite Factory. For more information on these locations, please talk to Heather Hudson and Angel. Feel free to familiarize yourself with our new surroundings, but once you've finished, move quickly. The fate of the world may well hang in the balance. Hello. How can I be of assistance? We have Mr. Sinister to thank for that. Their military is comprised entirely of clones known as Infinites. Thousands are manufactured every day. Yes, they're aided by cybernetic implants and an impeccable genetic structure. Infinites are not to be taken lightly. Magneto and I felt it most important to stop Apocalypse from attacking other cities. I understand your concern, but we cannot allow Apocalypse to acquire additional territories. Were he successful, he would command an almost unending supply of resources from which to create his army. You're quite welcome.
Well, with the help of a few tactics you Brotherhood members would have appreciated, I managed to locate the core in Ontario, Canada. It's a nuclear plant that's Apocalypse's primary source of energy. If it were disabled, Apocalypse's military would be severely crippled. That's why we're having Forge guide you through over a radio. Here's a transceiver he wants you to take. He'll explain why later. Use the X-Jet to get to the core. If you need more information, see the mission computer by Professor Xavier. Some mutant named Sugarman. He's supposed to be one seriously rough character. Nobody wants to talk about him. He's tough enough that Apocalypse was willing to leave him in charge of their primary source of energy. I tracked down a man named Sebastian Shaw in New York City. He's the leader of the Hellfire Club. At the moment, they have as little use for Apocalypse as we do, so Shaw was willing to give me the information. These are strange times, I know, but Shaw has spies everywhere. If anyone would know about the core, it'd be him. No, he didn't. But that's the nice thing about being as wealthy as I am. Sometimes it comes in real handy. What are you talking about? We've all been. It's the only way to stop Apocalypse. You worry about yourself. I'll be fine. Yeah, I can hardly wait.
How would you like to know the location of Apocalypse's infinite factory? That's where Apocalypse creates his army of clones. Yes, if you destroy the factory and the supercomputer that runs it, Apocalypse's war effort would be seriously hampered. But in return for the location, I'd need a favor of you. Department H sent my husband, James MacDonald Hudson, on a mission to the Infinite Factory. I haven't heard from him since. Please, could you see if he needs help? Thank you. Use the X-Jet to get to the Infinite Factory. If you'd like more information, use the briefing computer near Professor Xavier. I'm Heather Hudson. My codename is Vindicator. I'm a member of Alpha Flight, along with my husband, James MacDonald Hudson. Yes, both of us work for Department H. It's a top-secret agency for Canada's Ministry of Defense. It's where my group, Alpha Flight, calls home. Yes, he was, but we had some personality troubles and Wolverine decided to leave. They are the soldiers that make up the army of Apocalypse. Thousands are generated every day. No, they're actually the work of an evil genius named Mr. Sinister. He created their genetic blueprint, and he was the one who created the cybernetic implants that make them so incredibly fast and strong. He's a brilliant geneticist born over 150 years ago. He found a kindred spirit in Apocalypse, since they both were advocates for survival of the fittest. Eventually, Apocalypse granted Sinister immortality. Yes. Oddly enough, Sinister is one of the few people who makes Apocalypse uneasy. Sinister is a master of playing both ends against the middle, and because of that, Apocalypse has never been completely certain of Sinister's loyalty. Only because Xavier told me to be.
Thanks to the efforts of Angel, we've located Apocalypse's primary source of energy in Ontario, Canada. It's a nuclear power plant known as the Core.
So this core is to be our next target?
Yes, Mr. Wagner. Our goal will be to render that facility useless to Apocalypse.
All right, finally we get a fun mission. I ain't never busted up a nuclear power plant before. That ought to make a lot of noise when it goes off.
I'm sorry, Juggernaut, but we have to be a bit more careful than that. Charles is adamant that we avoid a nuclear meltdown.
Don't that sound just like my little brother? Always taking the fun out of everything.
Once the team arrives at the core, Forge will take them through very specific steps to shut down the facility.
Hold on a tick. How do we know this ain't some kind of trap? You know, like Destiny was saying, a team member is gonna betray us.
Are you suggesting Angel would send us into a trap?
Oh, I'm not suggesting it. I'm saying it right out loud. Angel might be handing us over to Apocalypse.
You know, the little guy's got a point.
That is preposterous. Angel would never do such a thing.
But what about that Shaw bloke Angel got the info from? Maybe he's working for Apocalypse, and he's sending us to our doom.
What would you have us do, Toad? Trust no one? Never leave on another mission?
There's a thought.
No, I will not allow us to fall into the trap of second-guessing every action. We're going to the core, and that's final.
Thanks to Department H, we have the location of the factory that produces Apocalypse's army.
His army's produced?
Yes. Infinites are clones created from vats of genetic material and then enhanced with cybernetic implants.
Wow. And thousands of those get cranked out every day? It's no wonder Apocalypse had such an easy time attacking New York City and Genosha.
If we were to disable that factory, we'd strike a severe blow to Apocalypse. His unending supply of soldiers would dry up.
So, what's the price?
I beg your pardon?
Department H told us the location. What do they want in return, huh? Money, information, manpower. I know those boys, and they don't work for free.
Is Wolverine always this distrustful?
Da. It takes him a while to trust someone.
Yeah, usually 4 or 5 years.
Go ahead and make your jokes. But I got plenty of reasons to suspect Department H. I can't tell you the number of times they tried to force me back into their little family.
Department H did make a request of us.
I knew it. I just knew it.
They asked if we could look for James MacDonald Hudson while we were at the factory. He was sent there a while ago to do reconnaissance, and he hasn't been heard from since.
They got James?
We can't be certain.
Then we better get there pronto and find out.
As you wish, Wolverine. Team, the best of luck to you at the Infinite Factory.
Your worst nightmare, Pally. The name's Sugar Man, though I know you don't know. You know? I'm from an alternate future, one where Apocalypse took over the world. But then the X-Men had to go and ruin it all. Still, I managed to escape this timeline, and Apocalypse was willing to take me in. I'll tell you, that guy's as good as gold in any universe. But enough about me, chum. I gotta get busy and kill ya. Don't wanna go upsetting the boss man, you know? Apocalypse has got a real wicked temper. Just like me. That was a low blow, Pally.
Okay, back to business, you guys. Find the primary power console and activate it. Great job, guys. The rods in both reactors just fused. That power plant's useless to Apocalypse now. Your mission's complete at the core. Blink, could you create a portal near the power console so they can return to camp?
Sure thing, Forge. There you go. I'll leave it active indefinitely.
No big deal. You are the ones in danger, not me. Forge out. Watch yourselves. This place gives me the creeps just seeing it from the outside. And be sure to use that recall transmitter beside you if you want me to pick you up. Havoc out.
Guardian, if you ain't a sight for sore eyes, what's going on here?
Hello, Wolverine. It's good to see you too. I was sent here to destroy this factory, but they captured me almost as soon as I arrived. Fortunately, things just took a turn for the better. A spy from Department H freed me.
You sure do have a way of keeping your guardian angel busy. But you're hurt, so why don't you head on to the Weapon X facility? We got a camp set up there.
Sorry, Wolverine. I'm staying until this factory is shut down.
I hate to break it to you, bub, but you ain't gonna get far being hurt like that.
You're right. Give me a radio and I'll talk you through the facility. I've had a thorough briefing on it.
Okay, since you're the brains, how do we take this place apart?
There are 3 sections you need to destroy. Fusion core, engineering, and genetic processing. Also, keep an eye out for a security card Department H gave me. I hid it just before I was captured. That card can unlock a number of devices for you.
Okay, I'll look for the card. You be sure and call Heather, all right?
Wolverine, you always were more concerned about Heather's feelings than me when it came to missions. But don't worry, I'll let her know. Now get going. Don't forget, you have to destroy the fusion core, engineering, and genetic processing areas before you can advance any further in the Infinite Factory. This is the Infinite Factory. It's a genetic assembly line where Apocalypse's soldiers are created. Yes, and their one mission in life is to fight for their master, Apocalypse. It's more a matter of what than who. A supercomputer is the boss here. It's based on the intelligence of Mr. Sinister. According to Department H, it's every bit as devious and cunning as the man it's patterned after. I'm their leader. Not that I set out to be. I had picked Wolverine to be the head of Alpha Flight, but for some reason he decided to quit the team. Puck, Sasquatch, Shaman, and my wife, Vindicator. But you might know her as Heather Hudson. A little too well. When my wife and I first encountered Logan in a Canadian forest, he was crazed. More animal than man. But we nursed him back to health. And during that time, he and I became like brothers. Yes, and he did extremely well. Probably the best I've ever seen. But he began to grow distant and he eventually quit to join the X-Men. What really bugs me is, he never told me why. Anytime I can be of help, just let me know. You have to disable the controllers for each of the assembly lines. And once that's done, you need to locate the cryogenic area and destroy the substations there.
Greetings, foes. Somehow I knew you'd make your way here. You have an uncanny tendency to overcome all obstacles placed in your way.
No, it's just as I warned you. That's not Mr. Sinister. It's the supercomputer based on his intellect.
Is that you, Guardian? A pity those torture sessions were cut short. But he is correct. I am a computer modeled on Sinister's genius, which is why I will be the one to defeat you. But how would you fare against earlier incarnations of the X-Men? With the small exception that if you lose here, you die. I would wish you good luck, but that would be lying.
I do so enjoy my work. Department H is going to be very pleased to hear that. I'll ask Blink to create a portal to the Weapon X facility. Come see me when you get back. And has there been any word on my husband?
Yes, I'm here. Just in a different area of the factory.
Ah, James McDonald Hudson. How dare you not tell me you were safe?
Sorry, hon. Guess I just got a little caught up in saving the world from the forces of darkness.
That's not one bit funny. But at least you're all right. I'll ask Blink to generate a portal for you too.
I can't thank you enough for saving James. He's confined to bed, but he'll be up and around in a few days. Well, you have the gratitude of Department H, Alpha Flight, and most of all, me. Thank you. Come back anytime.
I just received news from Emma Frost. You recall when Apocalypse attacked New York City, a number of top leaders fell into comas. Emma's discovered a temple that's housing former students of hers who are responsible for those comas. If we can disband this group, their victims should be released from their unnatural slumber. To reach that location, use the X-Jet. If you'd like additional information, activate the mission computer for a full briefing. I look forward to seeing you again. Emma, can you broadcast to everyone here at the briefing?
Need you ask, Charles? It's not as if I'm a first-year student.
No, of course not. My apologies. Would you be so kind as to tell everyone what you've learned?
Certainly. Charles asked me to discover who, or what, is responsible for the comas suffered by the leaders during the attack on New York City.
Yes, the military was paralyzed because of it, and they still haven't recovered.
It was a rather masterful stroke on the part of Apocalypse. But after a long search, I was able to confirm those comas were indeed psychic-induced.
Who would do such a thing, Emma?
I'm fairly certain this is the work of former students of mine.
The Stepford Cuckoos?
Please, Bobby, I'd appreciate you not using that title.
Aren't those the 3 sisters who left the school after the 4th one was killed during a mission?
Yes, and they've always blamed me for her death. I imagine they joined Apocalypse as some misguided attempt at revenge.
So, where are these young ladies now?
I traced them to an ancient temple in Canada. Apocalypse has a large number of his priests guarding them.
Apocalypse has priests?
Oh, yes. True to his egomaniacal form, Apocalypse has built an entire cult that worships him. They call themselves Magi Priests.
What would you have us do, Miss Frost?
I'll meet you at the front of the temple, and we'll explore the interior together. If this does turn out to be the work of my girls, they're going to find out in exquisite detail just how unhappy I am.
Boy.
Watch yourselves. This place looks like something from an old black and white horror movie. And don't forget to use that recall transmitter if you need to get back to camp.
About time you people showed up. I was beginning to think you were lost. I grew tired of waiting, so I started searching for my wayward students alone. You'll do no such thing. I'll find you after I've had a chance to investigate this temple a little more. Now do be a dear, and don't get killed as you roam the halls. Yes, if I have a flaw, it's that I care too much. Ta-ta, dears.
Ain't gonna happen. Amazing. How could anyone be so foolish as to enter the Magi Temple unbidden? You seek the Trinity. You are even more foolish than I'd thought. To reach them, you'd have to unlock the doorway to the altar of the mind. And to do that, you would have to survive, placing the proper artifact on each of the 4 altars. You would die long before accomplishing that task.
Enjoy your nap. That had to hurt.
Could you possibly make any more noise as you blunder about? It's a wonder every guard in the temple isn't on top of us by now.
I've just discovered 3 machines in this temple that look amazingly similar to Cerebro. And that's how they're holding those leaders in a constant state of unconsciousness. If you can destroy all 3 mini Cerebros, their victims should awaken. No offense, dear, but I think I'll remain on my own. I make much less noise than you. Besides, there's the little matter of my 3 darling students that I want to settle on my own.
Respect comes with power. Isn't that what you taught us, Miss Frost? And you no longer have the power. Why, Miss Frost, your friends are very close. We do hope they hurry. Perhaps they'll try to save you.
Are these the ones who've angered Apocalypse so much?
Yes, I believe they are. Can you imagine how pleased Apocalypse will be when we bring him their heads? Miss Frost? She's gone now. Apocalypse needs her for a rather important experiment. You really believe Miss Frost knows anything of loyalty? She'll stay with the X-Men until she grows bored, and then leave just when she's needed most. Yes, that's a lesson we learned quite well from Miss Frost, at the expense of our sister's life. So, to pay our dear teacher back, we've joined up with Apocalypse. No, you have. Let us educate you in the error of your ways. I do think you're trying to think you harmed us. How silly you are to think you harmed us. You didn't really hurt one of us. You didn't really hurt one of us. You didn't really hurt one of us. Will they be sending someone to save you? You didn't really hurt one of us. Wicked, wicked person. Wicked, wicked person.
You dare disrupt the Magneto Temple and battle the Trinity. For that you will face my wrath.
Now you're in for it. Holocaust will show you the true meaning of pain. Yes, he's a horseman of Apocalypse, and he's our protector. Destroy them, Holocaust.
Worry not, little ones. I will crush these interlopers, and then Apocalypse will resume his conquest of the Earth without restraint.
Holocaust, let me help. I can make you invincible. Then we will have our revenge.
I don't know, but I feel our time is running out. At least the Magneto Temple has been disbanded. When you're ready to leave, use the portal Blink has created. Come and see me when you return. Good job at the Magneto Temple. It has been completely disbanded. But I have some bad news. While on a reconnaissance mission of Apocalypse's tower in New York City, Angel was captured. I do not know his fate, but I can only imagine the worst.
How may I be of assistance?
What of the spy we captured?
He has adapted to the genetic splicing even better than hoped.
Show him to me. Angel, come forth and meet your master.
The name Angel no longer applies.
What would you have us call you?
I am Archangel, a horseman of Apocalypse, and I am yours to command.
Your speed and strength have been augmented.
But what of your soul? My soul is filled with hatred, rage, and death for the X-Men.
Welcome to my home. Or rather, what's left of my home. Apocalypse was quite thorough in its destruction. No doubt all of you have heard that Angel was recently caught by Apocalypse during a scouting mission. His fate remains a mystery. I can only hope Angel takes strength from the fact that our mission in Canada was a success. The core and the Infinite Factory were disabled, and the Madrai Temple has been disbanded. In light of that, Apocalypse's plans of conquest have been quashed. Those are just 4 lives. We have a greater responsibility to the millions of people in New York City. We must free them from the tyranny of Apocalypse. Agreed. But once we've explored New York, we should be able to formulate a plan of attack. For your first missions, talk to Moira or Havoc. Good luck to you.
Greetings, X-Man. It's been a while, hasn't it? To get Apocalypse out of New York City, we'll have to battle him in his tower. But we first have to get into his tower, which from all indications is impossible. Well, there may be a solution. Look up Sebastian Shaw in New York City. If anyone would know how to get into that tower, it'd be him. Quite right. Your best bet for entering New York City undetected would be the sewers. There's an entrance near the mansion. If you'd like more information, use the mission briefing computer by Charles. Since the attack on New York, I've been helping treat the wounded. Just recently I've begun working with the underground. We've set up an underground railroad of sorts that helps those fleeing the city. An old acquaintance of ours, Marrow. Let's just say she learned a lesson in kindness when the X-Men saved her people from the Gersel soldiers. I believe she's attempting to pay back that kindness. I know he's the leader of the Hellfire Club, and he has little love for the X-Men. I also know he gave information to Angel about the Infinite Factory. No, Shaw hates Apocalypse as much as we do, and that's why he might be willing to tell us how to get into that tower. You're quite welcome, my friend.
Quick, there's not much time. They need us to disable the defense platforms Apocalypse has placed along the coast. A group of Sentinels are being sent to pick up New York refugees, but those platforms will destroy anything that flies by. Boulevard Trask himself has put in overrides and blocked their mutant-killing programs. They should completely ignore mutants. If you want more info on this mission, use the briefing computer by Professor Xavier. He's the one who developed Sentinels, so make no mistake, he has no love for mutants. As a matter of fact, he'd prefer we were all dead. He tried. And now 50 of his fantastic mutant-killing robots lay at the bottom of the ocean. They're no match for the defenses of the platforms. They're a group of New York residents that managed to escape prison set up by Apocalypse. Word has it, a mutant set hundreds free before he was captured. From the sounds of it, that mutant was Banshee. Knowing Banshee, that's just a temporary situation. He'll figure a way out. He always does. Oh, that would be an incredibly bad move. Could you imagine how he'd take being saved? No, he'll find a way out. If you really want to thank me, put in a good word with Xavier for me.
Hi, handsome. Where the heck have you been hiding? Don't you know I've been missing ya?
Please, Kitty, let me speak. There are rumors floating around, and I want you to know they are untrue.
What kind of rumors, Colossus?
About me and Scarlet Witch. It is being said that we are an item, but that is not true. During the mission briefing, I commented that she was intelligent and good-looking. Now it has snowballed out of control.
You said she was pretty? What were you thinking? Of course everyone's gonna talk about you and her.
I was merely paying her a compliment. Please, Kitty, forgive me if I have wronged you.
Oh, you know I can't stay mad at you, you big dummy. Sure, all is forgiven. But if I ever catch you even looking at Scarlet Witch, I'll rip out your eyeballs. Got it?
Yes, I am so relieved things are back to normal. Now perhaps Magneto will stop talking to me like I was a potential son-in-law.
My real name's Kitty Pryde, but my code name's Shadowcat. I can phase through any solid object, which means I can walk through floors and walls. Helping Dr. McTaggart get prisoners out of New York City. Every so often, I make a run in and grab a few people. Way too slow. Apocalypse has guards stationed everywhere. It's all I can do to keep from getting captured. Terrible. All the mutants have been rounded up and placed in prisons. Apocalypse is running some kind of tests on them. From what I've heard, he's looking for 4 people with very specific DNA strands. Something to do with an experiment of his. No problem, X-Man.
Greetings. It seems we have a mission of mercy to carry out. To the north of us, Apocalypse's military is driving several hundred humans toward the ocean. It's just a matter of time before they're captured.
Magneto, we're not equipped to handle an evacuation that big.
Bolivar Trask is.
The man who invented Sentinels?
Yes, that Bolivar Trask. He's using a fleet of his Sentinels as an airlift for the refugees.
So why do we care? Let the Sentinels save them.
The problem is, Apocalypse has set up a series of defensive platforms along the coast. Those platforms will destroy any Sentinel that comes near.
I'm guessing they want us to take out the platforms so the Sentinels have a clear path.
That is correct, Cyclops.
But the Sentinels are going to attack as soon as we're in their sights.
Great. So we wind up fighting both Apocalypse's men and Sentinels.
Not this time. The programming's been rewritten such that, to them, we'll look exactly like humans.
Is anyone else here getting that this is a recipe for disaster feeling?
I would have thought an X-Man would jump at a chance to do a good deed such as this.
Oh, I'll do it. But you all better be prepared for a big I told you so if something goes haywire, huh?
Thank you for that thrilling insight. If there are no further questions, be on your way.
Before we can hope to defeat Apocalypse, we must first determine how to gain entry to his stronghold.
You want us to go inside Apocalypse's tower? Oh, that's daft. It can't be done.
Watch it, Toad.
Right. I almost forgot. We're one big, happy, dysfunctional family.
If I may continue, Moira believes Sebastian Shaw might be of help.
Shaw's bad news, Professor. He's the head of the Hellfire Club, and they aren't exactly big fans of the X-Men.
I understand, Bishop, but it's because of his unsavory connections that he might know secrets of Apocalypse.
He also might want to hand us over for a nice reward.
Aye. Somehow, this has got to figure into Destiny's prediction.
Toad, I ain't warning you again.
All right.
So what do you want us to do, Professor?
Travel to New York City and find Mr. Shaw. Then see if he has the information we desire and what he would like in return.
How about we persuade him the old-fashioned way?
Wolverine, ain't you ever gonna learn? You can't solve every problem with your fists.
Don't know. Ain't never run across a problem I couldn't solve with my fists.
No, there will be no violence against Mr. Shaw. Simply find him and see if we can reach an agreement. Any questions? Then good luck to you.
Good luck, guys. I'm getting out of here. There's way too many anti-aircraft guns on these platforms.
Thank you, Havoc. You braved a great deal to get the team to the landing zone. And because the platforms are much more heavily fortified than first believed, I've requested the aid of S.H.I.E.L.D. They can better secure the structures once the defenses are down. Plus, they have a more thorough reconnaissance of the area. And with that, I hand control of this mission over to Colonel Nick Fury.
Thank you, Professor Xavier. Team, some of you I've worked with before, others of you I've fought with, but lives are on the line, so there's no time for egos right now. At this very moment, a team of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents are on their way to your location. It is imperative that you destroy the anti-aircraft guns before my men arrive. If you don't, they'll be shot out of the sky. Time is the enemy here. Move fast, Fury out. Team, those anti-aircraft guns are almost indestructible. The only way you're going to hurt them is by destroying the generator that powers them.
Hear me, mutants, and flee from the sound of my voice. It is a death knell for you and for all your wretched kind. No, it is I, Bastion, the architect of your destruction. Prepare to meet me on the field of battle. I will prove you are weak and unworthy.
Team, meet Sergeant Charles Kilroy. He's the demolition specialist who's going to take out those radar arrays. Protect him at all costs.
Thanks, Colonel Fury. If it weren't for that high-tech scuba gear, I never would have made it here alive.
You're the only man who could have done it, Kilroy. Now make me proud, son, and take out those radar arrays.
Yes, sir. All right, team. Lead the way.
This unit has targeted a mutant life form. Cease all mutant activity.
Well, isn't that a pretty sight?
Well done, Sergeant, and good job, team. S.H.I.E.L.D. agents will now secure the platform. You're free to move on to the next radar array.
This unit has targeted a mutant life form.
This is the last one, team. We can do this. Let's go.
Then you're going to have to assume his mission. Take out the last radar array. First, locate and destroy the security interlock console. Once that's done, I'll fill you in on the next step.
For too long, you mutants have taken advantage of humanity's kindness. And for too long, I've sat by and done nothing while you schemed and plotted like cowardly assassins. But my time of silence is over. I must take action and destroy each and every one of your misbegotten kind. Do not speak, mutant. The mere sound of your voice causes me pain. I'm not under any type of control. I know what I'm doing. Mutants are an aberration, a mistake of nature. I've made it my life's work to correct this mistake and erase it forever. Your pestilence has threatened to choke off the flower of mankind long enough. With my help, humanity will once again flourish and grow on the broken husks of your bodies. I'll hear no more of your lies, mutant. Let us battle so that I can put an end to you.
Good job. I just received word the airlift was a complete success. All the refugees were saved. None of it would have happened if you hadn't made the way safe for the Sentinels. Yeah, that'll be the day. At least you're finished on the platforms. I'll have Blink open up a portal to take you to the X-Mansion. When you get back, stop by and see Havoc.
Don't move a muscle. Unless you want to discover which of you has the best mutant healing powers.
No doubt you want information like Angel used to. A pity he was captured by Apocalypse. Well, my friends, you've come at a most opportune time. I'm being forced to vacate town as soon as possible. But before I go, I need tech bits, a holodisk, and my master key. Get me those items and I'll tell you anything you want to know. How should I bloody know? I have stashes all over New York. Maybe you can locate those. Once you have those items, meet me back at the X Mansion. It's my business to know everything. You're bloody right you will. Later, mates.
What do you think you're doing with that holodisk? Apocalypse has already been informed of the disk. He wasn't interested in seeing it. Apocalypse changed his mind? That'd be a first. What are you really doing here? What do you think you're doing with that holodisk? Target is at my location. Target is advancing.
Ah, here we are. The tech bits, the holodisk, and my master key. All is in order. My, you can be forceful when you want to. Here, take the master key. It's all you'll need to enter the tower. You'll find an entrance to the North Sewers in Manhattan. This key opens that entrance. From there, it's just a matter of following the sewers to the Tower of Apocalypse. If you do make it into the tower, would you do me the favor of freeing the Black Queen? I think she's being kept prisoner there. Knowing her, she was trying to make a deal with Apocalypse. That Celine is a woman after my own heart. Always playing both sides against the middle. Ha 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 ha! It's an association of some of the most powerful men and women alive. Our goal is to help mold the future. Your question should be, what do the X-Men have against us? Several times they've taken it upon themselves to thwart our attempts at improving the economy. How I managed to obtain it is better left unsaid. But originally it belonged to Apocalypse's right-hand man, Mr. Sinister. Apocalypse has no knowledge of the door. It was built by Mr. Sinister. Oh, my friend, Sinister is constantly hatching new schemes, and Apocalypse realizes it. He just tries to keep one step ahead. So long as there's a profit to be made, I'm glad to be of service, X-Man.
You guys look like the cast of a really bad sitcom. Ooh, I know. I could be the wacky neighbor who winds up killing you. That ought to get your ratings up. The name's Deadpool, but I wouldn't mind if you called me Bruce. Heck, you could even call me Marcia. Marcia, Marcia, Marcia! I kinda like that, don't you? Me? I'm fine. Right as rain and cute as a baby's dimples. But you, on the other hand, are about to be on the receiving end of a major tush-kicking courtesy of yours truly. Close. I was recruited by a really groovy dude named Mr. Sinister. Oh, sure, he looks like death warmed over, but underneath that creepy facade, you'll find out he's even creepier. Me? Yeah, I'm fine. I just have an uncontrollable urge to rip you into tiny shreds and then dance and spit all over your graves. I don't know, really. The only thing I find threatening about you is your fashion sense. Maybe these psychopathic urges have something to do with that little potion Mr. Sinister forced me to drink. What? That's impossible. I don't believe you. Couldn't happen in a million years. Okay, so what if I am being controlled? I still want to turn you all into sushi. But I'm really good at killing. You might say it's my specialty. That and ballroom dancing. But just guess which one I can actually make a living at. Nope. Sorry, can't do it. I really, really want you all dead. And not the kind of dead where there's a possibility that you might still be alive. I want you so dead that you'll be reincarnated as a corpse. I did work as a video game programmer for a few months. Does that count? Finally, it's beating you up time! I really gotta get a new catchphrase. Come on, let's shake our groove fast. Everybody waking up in reverse. Oh, an X-Man. Why, if you aren't a sight for sore eyes. Aye. It happened back in the New York pens. Apocalypse's guards are none too kind to their prisoners. Once I've had a chance to heal, you can bet I'll be paying that lot a visit. Aye. Apocalypse has thrown a great many people into the pens for his DNA testing. And to make matters worse, he's using something called a brain trust to psychically sap their will. It took every last ounce of my strength to escape. Before I go, let me tell you, I did manage to leave a wee bit of information on the nasties that await you. So keep an eye out for it as you move through the area. Good luck, lads.
Greetings. I can only hope this message finds one of the X-Men safe and sound. Up ahead, you'll be facing not only the Brain Trust, but also a villainous devil named Strife. If you'd like help in defeating them, find the consoles down this hallway. They can be used to deactivate part of the Brain Trust. The catch here is, you need security codes to access the consoles. But I doubt you'll have trouble locating the men who carry those codes. Also, I've heard rumor there's a way to psychically force one of the Brain Trust's imps to help you. But how it works, I've no idea. You don't have to do this, but it certainly would help. And believe you me, you're going to need all the help you can get for this one. Well, good luck to you, boyo.
Well, well, well. What have we here? Fleas who would bite at the wolf? Don't you realize the mistake you're making? You're strong. You're courageous. You would have a place of honor and greatness in Apocalypse's New World Order. But instead, you choose to fight for the wrong team. The losing team. Be careful before you're swept aside. So you've heard of the Brain Trust? Yes, they do have a way of keeping the prisoners docile, and there's nothing dishonorable about that. You're certainly welcome to try, weaklings.
You should have joined us when you had the opportunity. How could you throw this chance for greatness?
Way to go, guys. I knew you could do it. Here, let me generate a portal that'll take you to the X-Mansion. Be sure and see Banshee when you get back. He wants to talk to you.
Hello, X-Man. That was a fine piece of work back there in the New York pens. I don't know if I could have done much better myself.
Ah, 'twas nothing. I'm just glad to be of help in these dark times. You don't know me? Have you been living under a rock, son? Aye, it's me, Banshee. But my real name's Sean Cassidy. Ah, 'tis a powerful one, I tell ya. By screaming, I can create sonic vibrations powerful enough to crush rock. They put me in the sorry state you saw me in just outside the pens, and I learned a lot about them as they did their worst to me. Ugh, they tried, but I'm made of sturdier stuff than they're used to, and I wasn't about to crack to the likes of them. 'Twasn't easy by any stretch of the imagination. There I was, beaten and tired, ready to give up, when I suddenly realized I was out of time. If I didn't escape then, I never would have. So I summoned what was left of me strength and let out one last scream. I guess I had a bit more energy than I knew, because I shattered the lock, the door, the wall it was attached to, and knocked out 3 guards nearby. From there it was simple to sneak out, and that's when I met you. Ah, 'tis always a pleasure to talk to an X-Man.
That's very good news to hear. But before you venture further, I would strongly recommend you return to the X-Mansion and speak with me. We'll need to formulate a plan of attack if we're to defeat Apocalypse.
Greetings. In Genosha, we saw Apocalypse was willing to drown the city's populace at the first threat of attack. We cannot allow that to happen in New York. Therefore, once you reach the command level, I'll be sending Beast up to meet you. He'll be operating the consoles and making sure no evil schemes are afoot. Very good. Be on your way.
Teleporter activated without proper ID. Security has been notified. Console has been
Looks like we found some rats scurrying around. We better exterminate them before Lord Apocalypse finds out. We're prelates, the best of Apocalypse's military. We've been given the fastest cybernetic implants and the strongest body grafts. You're no match for us. Okay, that's enough meet and greet, troops. We're on the clock here, so let's finish them off quick.
Score 1 for the good guys. Guards! Guards! Release me at once, or suffer the consequences. I am Celine, the Black Queen, ruler of the Hellfire Club, second only to Sebastian Shaw. Now do be a good dear, and open this cell, won't you? Why? Because I am the Black Queen, of course. You moronic oaf! You obviously don't know your place! I demand you free me at once! Oh, I do beg your pardon. I don't know what came over me. It must be this dreadful cell. If you would be so kind as to free me, I'd be able to give you information that would be quite beneficial to you. Yes, yes, it's just over there, behind you. Now do be a good dear, and take care of it, quickly. What took you so long? It feels like I've been waiting in that dreary cell for hours. Why, if I've offended you, that was not my intention. I've just been locked away for so long, I'm about to lose my mind. Oh, well, one does what one must in these difficult times. Now do be a dear, and get out of my way!
Hello, my friends. I trust all has gone according to plan so far. Just a minute, and I'll begin a shutdown of any defensive systems Apocalypse might have.
The Furball here demanded that I come along as protection. Hey, what's going on?
I stand corrected. Apparently, you're the one who needs protection.
Well done, my servant. You have not only handed the fourth victim to me, you have delivered my enemies. This pleases me greatly.
For that, I am proud, my master. The beast you knew was erased back at the Savage Lands. I am now Dark Beast, servant of Apocalypse.
Ignore these fools, Beast. Let us rendezvous with Sabretooth on the roof. There, we will complete the final leg of our journey.
My stars and garters. It appears the whole gang is here. Pity I have to leave. But first, let me introduce you to another member of the family who recently underwent a few changes.
Hello, my dear friends. How do you like the new me?
Oh, Angel. What have they done to you?
Refer to me by my true name, Jean. I am Archangel.
Mr. Sinister did this to you, didn't he? Brainwashing you wasn't enough. He had to rewrite your DNA.
Mr. Sinister opened my eyes, showed me that I don't have to be confined by Xavier's rules of morality.
No, Sinister has blinded you, corrupted you to think how he wants. You're just a pawn to him.
Don't try to use your psychobabble on me, Jean. I can see right through it. Thanks to Mr. Sinister, I'm free to revel in my powers. I don't have to be ashamed for being a mutant god who walks amongst weakling humans.
Angel, please, listen to me. Your mind is being controlled somehow. You have to fight it.
Silence! I've heard enough, Jean. Why am I even wasting my time talking to you?
Because, Warren, despite all the changes, you're still Angel, and you know the truth.
Yes, Jean. I know the truth. Come, let me show you just how powerful it can be. You leave me no choice but to destroy you. You never were that good in a fight. No! I have failed my master!
Yes, I see. His mind and body have been radically altered. Go on, but be sure to contact us once you're through. We'll meet you in the X-Jet. Not to worry, he'll be taken care of.
What's going on here? Where am I?
Cease your struggles. Those restraints are composed of adamantium, a metal which even your elephantine strength cannot break.
I'm gonna paint this whole room with your blood!
Though limited, your vocabulary is certainly colorful.
You can't do this! You're an X-Man! You're an X-Man!
I was an X-Man.
Having second thoughts, Beast?
No, not at all.
What of the Nexus? How soon until it is functional?
Syncing 4 genomes is no small feat. The energy generated by infusing these 4 mutant genes is far greater than had been guessed. Perhaps even more than you could cope with.
You underestimate me, Beast. Once I wield the power of the 4, I will be invincible. None will stand in my way, and I will see to it the X-Men and the Brotherhood are utterly annihilated.
Thanks to your efforts, the remnants of Apocalypse's force are falling quickly. The authorities expect to regain total control of New York City in a matter of hours. You're quite correct. The teleporter at the top of Apocalypse's tower has led us to one of the pyramids of Giza. Yes, for all we know, he may have helped build this structure when he was a young man. Yes, but first we must locate Beast. He would have information on the machine Apocalypse has labored so hard to build. That device causes me the greatest amount of concern. Feel free to explore this area, but when you're ready, come and see me for more information on your next mission. Our time grows short, my friend. If we are to succeed, we must find Beast before Apocalypse is able to activate his machine. He left that teleporter on in New York because he wanted us to follow him, and I refuse to blindly walk into whatever trap he has prepared. Beast is our only hope of discovering what Apocalypse has planned. If you would like more information on this, use the mission briefing computer. He's quite distraught right now at having fought with our team on top of Apocalypse's tower. Right now, he's feeling far too guilty to think like that. But don't worry, in no time he'll be fully recovered. Anytime, my friend.
An X-Man. I never thought I'd see one of you this close without being in battle. My code name is Scarlet Witch, but my real name is Wanda Maximoff. Yes, because he is. I also have a brother named Quicksilver, but he's currently a prisoner of Apocalypse. I have the power of chaos magic. It's an energy that allows me to alter probabilities, and that means I can make the most improbable events possible. Quicksilver is gifted with superhuman speed. When fighting or running, he's a blur of motion. Neither Quicksilver nor I feel as strongly against humans as our father, but we work with him in hopes of softening his actions. Anytime, X-Man.
Having chased Apocalypse through the teleporter atop his tower, our team wound up here in Giza, Egypt. With the aid of the X-Jet, we brought the rest of the team and are preparing for a final assault on Apocalypse's lair.
How's Angel?
Mentally, he's shaken up. But given time, he should recover from the mind control drugs of Mr. Sinister. Physically, I don't know if we'll ever be able to return him to his natural form.
Is Beast being controlled the same way Angel was?
Most definitely. If we can free him from Apocalypse, we should have little trouble clearing his mind.
Now that Apocalypse has the 4 mutants he needs for his machine, is this something we should be concerned about?
That's difficult to say until we find out exactly what it is.
And my son is a part of this machine.
Just like Polaris, Emma Frost, and Sabretooth.
Then we must move swiftly, Xavier. I will not risk my son's life one more second. Do you hear? I've done as you asked me up to this point, but I cannot wait a moment longer.
I understand, Eric. But for us to succeed, we must first locate Beast.
That's preposterous, Xavier. Why should I risk my son's life just to save one of your X-Men?
Think about it, Magneto. Apocalypse left the teleporter on in New York to deliberately lure us here. A trap is waiting for us.
Yes. If we can free Beast, he might be able to warn us what the trap is.
Very well. We'll do it your way, Xavier. But may the gods help you if my son is harmed.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Now, be on your way. We have no time to waste.
Why, Storm, what a pleasant surprise. Finally, I'll get a chance to see just what a superb fighter you are. Although, I doubt you'll enjoy the outcome of this contest.
Henry, please, think about what you're doing. This isn't like you at all.
Like it or not, Aurora, this is me. The new me. And I rather enjoy it. You have no idea how difficult it was not to laugh every time I spoke to you. There I was, the traitor everyone was so concerned about, right under your noses.
Storm, you're wasting your time. Beast is one of us now. He's right where he belongs.
Sinister, I've never enjoyed seeing someone in pain, but in your case, I might make an exception. Give us back Beast, or else...
Or else what, my dear lady? Are you going to get physical? I hardly think you have the power to stop me.
Oh, I've got all kinds of power, Sinister. Don't you dare doubt that.
I had no idea you were so quick to anger, Storm.
Be quiet, Sinister. I've heard enough from you. Beast, I'm asking you to please stop and think. We don't want to fight you.
Then that is where we differ, my dear. Because I do want to fight you.
This is most unexpected.
My friends, forgive me. I betrayed you. Yes, I believe so. Sinister's deadly cocktails have finally worn off. Aside from being pummeled by the likes of you, yes, I believe I'm fine now. He had me help build a machine that would harness the powers of 4 mutants with harmonic DNA. The machine then transfers that power to him. Once the machine is fully activated, Apocalypse will be nearly invulnerable. He's further in this pyramid, behind a great seal, one you'll never get through using brute strength. Yes, it only activates when a particular intensity of light shines upon it. You'll find several mirrors located within this pyramid. Once you've given them the proper orientation, the seal will open. Yes, it's good to be back. Should you need me, I'll be with Professor Xavier.
Who would dare to awaken the living monolith? Your life is now forfeit. Ah, so Apocalypse was right. You puny beings have come to me. This pleases me greatly. But what you want is no longer of consequence. You have already chosen your path, and you will follow it, straight to your destruction. I cannot be hurt so long as I am in the sun's rays. Cannot be hurt so long as I am in the sun's rays. Don't do that! I need the sunlight! No! Now I am vulnerable! The battle is yours.
Fools! You should be thanking me, not pursuing me. I'm the one who showed you the X-Men and Brotherhood could work together. You're stronger for it. You put a stop to me? I don't think so. Even as we speak, I have the harmonic powers of 4 mutants flowing through me. With each second, I become stronger, faster, more impervious. That's good, because I think you're going to find this fight an exception. Exceptionally painful.
Everyone is safe, and Apocalypse is defeated, Eric.
Defeated, yes, but not destroyed.
True, but we'll be prepared should he ever return.
Ever the Optimus, eh, Charles?
And why not? Look what we accomplished together. Imagine the good we could continue to achieve.
Give up your childish dreams. One day soon, they could be your undoing.
Never, Eric. The world needs dreamers to give it a soul.
And it needs realists to keep it alive.
Professor, Magneto's a lost cause. Why waste time on him?
There were a dozen times Eric could have handed us over to Apocalypse in exchange for his child, but he didn't. And that proves there is hope for even the hardest of hearts.
I still don't quite understand how Apocalypse lost control of the power. The only way that could have happened is if the device had been tampered with.
Forget about it, Beast. Your machine wasn't perfect, that's all. It's not like someone would have sabotaged it.
I hope you guys enjoyed your video. As always, don't forget to comment, like, rate, and subscribe. Please leave a like. It will really help the channel out. And don't forget to check out other content on my channel. And if you like what you see, subscribe. Thank you and have an awesome day, guys.